I thought we started really good. I thought we had a good first period. We had some quality chances, didn't score. They came out in the second, and I think they turned the pace up a little bit. And it was a pretty even game for stretches. And then we have power plays, which you earn power plays because you have the puck, and we didn't score. So you're not building positive offensive momentum into your game. And they get a couple, and they were bing plays, and it kind of put us on our heels a bit. You could feel it. We try to, and just like all the teams are in the league now, we try to get our guys into a regular season mindset. So it was a good test. But again, it's you score goals, and it can be an entirely different game early in the first period, but we didn't.
I know it's 4 goals against, obviously, but one of your tenets has been to bring the shot totals down and keep them in check whatsoever. Is tonight, say, it's a step forward just in the overall and wanted to kind of instill that? I think you limited them to about 17 or 18 shots total.
Yeah, they hit about 4 posts though, right? Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, it's funny, like as a coach, you try to measure the game, I do anyways, by possession, right? Like who has the puck a lot, and then quality scoring chances. And I'll look at the tape, but I don't know, there was a little bit of fool's gold there at the end when we pulled the goalie on 6-on-4, so you get, a little bit of a shot advantage. But the chances they did get, I didn't like them. We vacated the front of our net. And as you saw, the first 2 came directly off of our sticks on full possession. So, those were kind of giveaways. But, that happens. So again, I'm going to we as a staff will look at it and try and come up with a plan to be a little bit more, like it happened in LA too, more vigilant about the way we're managing the area in front of our net.
I think both the turnovers were Thompson's, right? How do you think he recovered and how the group recovered as a whole from a tough stretch? There's 2 goals in a minute there.
Yeah, I don't know. Brent Thompson handles the D, and he knows he messed up, so there's not much to say to him. And you're right, like it happened. It was a 0-0 game. I thought we could have been up a goal in the first period, and then you get 2 goals in a minute like that, and it kind of had a little sticker shock to it. But he's a young kid. He'll recover, and his first game too. So I didn't say a word to him.
What did you like about the line of Leo, Troy, and Trevor tonight?
I thought they were good. I mean, I thought Trevor, for a guy that hasn't played a hockey game since April, was dynamic. And I thought he was physical, and he got in the forecheck, and he created like he does. I thought Leo was arguably the best player on the ice. He could have had 3 or 4 goals, and that line was really good.
Where do you think Kassian stands in his coming to decision time on his PTO? Or obviously been getting the minutes, so just you talk about his camp and where he's at.
Well, that's more of a management thing.
Right. Not in terms of signing him, just the impression.
Yeah, I mean, he scored a goal tonight. I think he makes good plays with the puck. He's a good skater. He's a veteran. I don't know how it's all going to translate in terms of management's decision on keeping him or not. That's between Pat and his group.
What are you looking forward to seeing out of Jamie Drysdale when he gets here?
Well, they've got some of the Arizona D there, get up and down the ice, and they've got some offensive savvy, and I think Jamie brings that for us. So I'm looking forward to getting him. He's also obviously he's not a big defender, but he's strong. He's quick on pucks. I think he'll help us break out of our zone quickly and add an element to offense that we need. So I'm looking forward to watching him.
Brett Leason's been contributing offensively the last couple games. What has been your impression of his strides in his game? So
it's interesting. He's a quiet big man. I mean, he's 6'4", 6'5". He's 215 pounds. And usually when you think about a guy that size, you think about powerful. He's not a powerful guy, but he skates well, and he's got a good nose for the net, and he's got good hands, and I think he thinks the game well. He's quietly done a really good job. Like, I'm impressed with him. I told him that today. Like I use an expression, I wish he had some more horns on him so he could punish people when he hits them. But, that's kind of not his DNA. I think he gets into people with his reach, and when he's skating, he gets on pucks, and we're happy with him.
We saw John Gibson taken out midway through the third period tonight. Is there any concern about him moving forward?
I don't know what happened. I had my meeting and I met with Pat, so I don't really know what went on with him.
No, you don't know if it's injury related.
I don't know. I know he was messing around with his glove, and I don't know if it was his glove or his hand or what happened.
He's now having essentially the full group, at least available outside of guys that are hurt. I mean, is there a psychological, is there some relief? I mean, you deal with injuries and stuff like that all the time, but when you have a contract situation, I guess some guys have expressed to me it's a little different. That, you know, the guy could be there, he's not. Now that the group is whole, is there any lift there? Is there any boost, I guess?
Yeah, just for us as coaches, we can start putting guys in places where we think they're going to be successful, and then obviously it's going to have a domino effect on the team. Jamie's a big piece. He's a top 4D. Zegras being here, I mean, he made an impact in the game tonight. So, you know, we've got to try and figure out where to put guys in that bottom 6 role. I mean, obviously we hope Alex gets back sooner than later, but you know, there'll be some decisions to make to fill up and firm up the lineup on the bottom 6 forwards.
Yeah, you touched on Alex, obviously being out. Z there on left wing. What's your thought process on trying them there? Is that just trial right now, or is that something that you might want to take a further look at?
With Zegras?
Yeah.
Well, I want to be on the ice with guys that can make plays and think like he does and Leo does. And sometimes you know, I know that there's been talk about Zegras playing in the middle, but you know, if he can play in the wall and he can play with a guy like Leo, there's going to be some chemistry there. So, and I think Mac T's a solid, you know, fundamentally sound centerman, a second line centerman. So, I haven't talked to Trevor about it, but you know, if they had connected on some goals tonight, they both would have had a bunch of points. And Trevor's, you know, I think he's going to do whatever it takes to help the team win.
It looks like with Leo, you touched on it earlier. However this year goes with him, it's going to be a process, but you can certainly see the talent and the flashes. It just feels like it's just going to be a matter of time before those plays are converted into goals and stuff, whether for himself or for teammates.
Yeah, I mean, so Leo, the biggest, you know, issue with Leo is his strength and his maturity, right? And now as we've moved on here, you know, we get 2 fast teams. Arizona and LA both play a fast brand of hockey, and Leo has been able to keep up with his speed, and he's also surprised me with his strength. He's stick strong. He gets on pucks, and he's strong in recovering pucks. And you know, he's getting more comfortable in the D zone and learning how to basically defend lanes and be physical in those areas. So it's a good foundation to work from. And where it goes, I think we're all going to find out as we move forward.
Thank you, Chris.
Do you think
Okay.